Happy Monday. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Glenn. Yeah, Glenn's a little bit behind in a different time zone. Good evening. Welcome, welcome. Oh, we are here. We are live. It is Monday morning. We are in Orlando. Look at this. I don't know if you could see the gorgeous moon this morning, but she's a beaut. She is a beaut. Hey, Captain Kirk, good morning. We are live from Disney's Coronado Springs Resort, and it's just a gorgeous morning so far. The weather is perfect. Feels like a warm Florida hug, and that's what I love. Just a little bit of humidity in the air. All right, so we're gonna go for a little stroll. We're gonna talk about some things. I am so happy to be back here in Florida. It was wonderful being on Long Island last Monday. It feels like I've lived 1,000 lifetimes since then. Truly, I feel like I haven't been here in like a month. So it's wild, some wild stuff. Yeah, the sky looks absolutely gorgeous. We are gonna walk. Actually, you know what? We'll go this direction because I feel like I typically start by going over the bridge. You know me and the bridges. I love it. But we'll go this way so you can see the tower. We can see the beautiful sky and just walk around the outside of the resort. But welcome, everyone. I'm extremely happy to be here. It's a Monday. It's a new week. We are starting out fresh. If you're excited for the week ahead, if you're happy, you had a wonderful weekend, hit that like button, share the love if you haven't done so already. If you are unsure about the week, but you're holding on to some hope, you want some positivity, hit that like button. Why not? Put that positive energy out there because it will come back to you. And if you haven't already subscribed, hey, maybe consider hitting that bell for all notifications. Subscribe so you can hang out with me. We go live every Monday morning from a different location. Usually it's a different Disney resort. Sometimes I surprise you and I'm in another state or a different location, maybe on the beach. But yeah, if you want to be reminded every time I go live, definitely turn on that bell and subscribe. This is a cute little spot. I actually never realized this was here. You have a little viewing area all around this little, almost like a little gazebo. Super fun. And you can look out onto this gorgeous lake. I think I just walked through a spider web. That's great. You got the fountain there and the beautiful sky. Come on now. Absolutely stunning. But I want to take a few seconds and just acknowledge you for being here. You know, we all have crazy, busy lives. Things are happening. I feel like from like July until now, all of my friends have had just like things going on in their life, like major life-changing things happen. Just a lot going on. So if you're one of those people, you know what, and you're still here, you still woke up today, you're ready to tackle the day, I acknowledge you for just being here, you know, and having this time for yourself to reflect, to possibly learn something new, and just take a minute to yourself, you know, because once your day starts going, it's almost like you're doing a lot of things for other people. So it's nice to have this moment for yourself, have a cup of coffee, eat your breakfast, drive to work, whatever you're doing. But I acknowledge you for being here. We got some people in the chat. Mark Mueller's here. We got Lynette, Disney Daddy-O, Lady Kirk. Good morning, everyone. Appreciate you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. So happy to have you. If you have been around for a while, I appreciate you sticking around and coming back and joining me I know it's a little early in the morning, but I appreciate every single one of you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And yeah, we're going to kick off this Monday morning on the right foot. We're going to learn some new things. I know last week we talked a little bit about the book that I've been reading called Inner Excellence by Jim Murphy. The full title is in the description down below, but just for short, you can even just Google it, Inner Excellence. It'll come up. It's a blue book. Super amazing. Getting tons of information so far. I'm about 50 pages in, and like it is jam-packed. So if you're someone that is kind of unsure about nonfiction, the self-help books, this captivates you right from the beginning. So yes, if you're interested and you haven't really dabbled in that genre yet, I encourage you to check this book out. Again, right from the beginning, I was like, ooh, love what he has to say. So check that out. So we're going to go for a little walk. We're going to get closer to the sunrise over there. Take a look at the Grandestino Tower. Absolutely gorgeous. Good morning, Peter. And actually, let's see, they have, I like to always look at the activity board. Let's see. Yeah, so they do a nature walk here too. I want to come back and do that because I've done another nature walk at the Riviera. Poolside activities, Disney trivia, campfire, dancing and games. But it doesn't look like they have yoga. They do have this Sangria University. I've heard good things about it. You have to pay for. They do painting, tapas, steak, and seafood. Oh, that's nice. And then you do the mosaic. Very cool. All right. So let's get walking. I also want to thank my Patreons for being so supportive and super amazing. Thank you to my lovely Patreons. If you're interested in learning a little bit more about that, you can go to learningwithlaw.com or patreon.com/learningwithlaw. We are going to have a 30-minute group coaching call for my Patreons, the top 2 levels. That will be next Monday at 6 p.m. I have not decided, I don't want to get wet. I haven't decided on the topic yet, but that will be released later this week. So if you're not a Patreon and you would like to be, or if you want to become a member through YouTube, you can also do that and access that 30-minute group coaching call as well. And you can check those out. And it's the top 2 tiers of that one as well. You'll have access to that free call. I love this little seated area as well. You get a nice view of the lake. So gorgeous. This is a great picture spot. Whenever I come here for dinner, we always come outside, take some pictures on the lawn. Beautiful. It really is such a gorgeous resort. If you haven't been here, I would encourage you to come check it out. I still am waiting to try Three Bridges restaurant over there. We're going to take a walk over there in a few minutes. But I'm still wanting to try, and I know I've heard tons of good things about that restaurant. So let's see. Let's go this way. But like, look at the sky right now with the palm trees. Absolutely stunning. Love it, love it. So again, last week we kind of dabbled a little bit in talking about different types of mindsets and state of minds. We're going to recap that a little bit here today and kind of dive a little bit deeper into that. Am I going to get hit by a sprinkler this direction? There is a large possibility, but let's see if I can kind of dodge that. Kind of like a little obstacle course here. All right. So I'm going to jump right in. Ooh, we have a runner. I'm gonna jump right in here. Jim Murphy, he talks about a lot. I'm definitely going to get wet. It's gonna happen. I might do a little shuffle. Gotta run through it, he says. Gotta just shuffle on through. Here we go, guys. Ready? Ah! Okay, we did it. We did it. Good morning, Sue Ann. Oh, and then we have a little cameo from the construction people. I think they're doing a little power washing. It wouldn't be a Monday morning stream without them. So shout out to my power washers. Ooh, look at this. Is this new? Look at this beautiful hammock, like with this cushion. It is soaking wet, but there's a pillow here. That's nice. I wonder if that's like a new thing. I've never seen that. Yeah, we got the power washers out. I guess they're doing a little refurbishment to this pool. Yep. Yeah, they're refurbing the pool. Actually, my friend is coming later this week to stay here, so I gotta let her know. They're doing a little refurb. All right. Once we get past the sound, I'll give you some info about the book. Yes, so also, please keep in mind, I am not an expert on the things that I'm talking about. I'm just sharing my own perceptions, experiences, and a Cliff Notes version of things that I'm reading, okay? So I am a certified English and special education teacher. I'm a certified life coach. So I'm bringing that knowledge to my YouTube channel. But please know that I am not a licensed mental health therapist, anything on that level. But yeah, I'm just giving you my take on some things. So just keep that in mind. All right. So Jim Murphy, he talks about self-centeredness. He says it's a trait that blocks our growth with comparison and self-consciousness. All right. It adds to frustration and fear. So he's kind of defining self-centeredness as being different as self-awareness, right? Has the word self in there. Yes, in some capacity, like in order to be self-aware, right? We need to look within. It is all about you, but it's not a self-centered trait, if that makes sense. Good morning, Rose. How we doing? All right, so self-awareness nurtures our growth. Self-centeredness blocks our growth. And I know I've done many streams that are near the Magic Kingdom. I do believe that those resorts have better views of the sunrise, but it's still just as gorgeous here. You can still see the beautiful pink clouds in the distance. Maybe I'll walk backwards so you guys can see this a little bit more. All right, he talks about how self-centeredness is a veil that covers our ability to see possibilities. It disconnects us from others, and it makes us self-conscious. So when everything's all about you, all about your needs, your wants, your desires, and you're failing to become self-aware of the people or the experiences around you, right? You're actually becoming more disconnected. You're becoming more self-conscious. A self-aware person sees possibilities. And I love this quote, but he says, there is no failure, just feedback. Oh, that's fantastic. What a great line. There's no failure, just feedback. We've talked about that many times, whether reading David Goggins' book or, many of the other books that I've read. It does talk about how failure teaches us lessons, right? We should embrace failure. It actually builds more character, right? Without failure, you're not learning lessons. You're just, being rewarded for things, but not really gaining that knowledge that you're going to need to grow. This is the dig site. But then we have other pools that you can go to. Explorer's Playground. We got the arcade, the spa, the ball court. So this is just a nice little map for those that are unfamiliar with this resort. And we'll take a better look at the pool once we work our way around. But there's two different ways to access the pool. Well, like the bigger pool. There are some quiet pools. We saw one before, but it is under construction at the moment. So there's another one tucked away in here as well. All right, and we talked about our ego, right? And we've talked about how the ego is trying to basically sabotage you in so many ways. The ego is not your identity. The ego just wants to satisfy itself. The ego is connected to the idea of being self-centered, okay? And the ego is obsessed with winning. And that, I personally believe, is okay to have a little bit of that, right? If you want to win and be successful and push hard towards your goals, I feel like, like that's okay. We need a little bit of that. But when it comes to the point of obsession and it's taking over, your mind and destroying maybe friendships and relationships, that's when it becomes an issue, right? Also talks about how the ego relies on external things, the external world, for validation, right? And either we can all that resonates with us, we can understand that maybe we do that sometimes, or we know someone that craves that external validation, right? And we're living in a digital world where everybody's on social media, right? We crave those likes, those shares, those comments. That's all external validation. But even aside from that, it's just wanting to be liked by people, wanting to, at work, we crave that external validation that we're doing the right thing. Here's another pool. Let's just pop in here and check it out. Hey, we got Billy Batson joining us in the chat. Good morning, Lauren. Tried social media free Sunday. Incredible how much time you suddenly have. Absolutely. And it's wild how many times on Sunday I go to check my Instagram and I catch myself no, it's social media free Sunday. And it's very, very hard to do that. But it does put in perspective how many times we reach for our phone to get on social media. So I'm glad you gave it a shot. Yeah. And suddenly you have all this free time. This is a nice, really, area for a quiet pool. It's really cute over here. Get some towels. Again, it shows you the resort activities. Very nice. Maybe we'll take a dip in here later this week. Again, since my friend is staying here, maybe we'll come back and do a bonus stream. Not sure yet. I did try out the super chat goal thing. I don't know. I thought it was fun. I'm always just going to put a goal of 10 super chats in there and see what happens. I'll have a little celebration, a midweek stream. But yeah, something I'm just trying out. YouTube has all these new things now. All right. So when your ego takes over, I love this little bridge here. Obsessed. When your ego takes over, you become firmly attached to the outcome of your performance and the circumstances leading up to it. So you're not so much concerned with the process. You're more concerned with the outcome, and it becomes more of an obsession. And if you, for some reason, don't achieve the outcome that you want, it is a major letdown, and you feel like your whole identity is wrapped up in the outcome. So, I know a few of you in the chat or watching right now, or maybe, all of you have at some point in your life felt this, right? when you don't achieve something that you're working towards or you really want, you just feel like a total failure. But this is not who you are. This is your ego. Okay? And you can detach from that. And I'm going to tell you some ways on how. We got Christina G. Good morning, Learning with Law. Interview was Friday. Now I wait. Oh my goodness. Sending all the positive vibes to you. Whatever will be, will be. I hope that it works out in whatever way the universe wants it to work out for you. But you've got this. I have a good feeling. Hey, Stephen Noon. Welcome. Thanks for being here. So, what your ego is doing by attaching itself to the outcome, it really ignites the process of doubt and fear. Okay? Those two are very closely connected. We got a runner. But it's a gorgeous, like, look at this cute theming of this resort. I am truly obsessed. I think this is called, is this the Ranchos? Ranchos? Yep. The Ranchos area. It's so quiet and peaceful. I feel like I'm being loud. I have to whisper now. I feel like, has anyone used like their Alexa and told the Alexa to like whisper or be quiet or something? Like if you whisper, hey Alexa, she'll whisper back. I think it's so funny. That's what I just thought about as I'm whispering to you. Beautiful little flowers. Like, gorge. Are you serious? And look at these. So I talked about this, I don't know if it was last week or a previous stream, but focusing on how to raise your, or elevate your mood, raise your vibrations. Oh, look at this bird, wait. Oh, went into the bush, okay. And I talked about how like, there's things, I'm getting so distracted. It's a little cactus. How to raise your vibration, how to elevate your mood, especially in the morning. We got 2 bunnies. I can't even finish my statement without just embracing nature all around me. These rabbits are going to town, eating breakfast this morning. But yes, so things to elevate your mood, to raise your vibration when you're feeling a little bit down, a little bit low. So what I said I was going to do, and I did yesterday, they didn't even flinch. Oh, that one did. Was create a list of ways that I could raise my mood at home without any cost, without much effort. I created a list of things that I can do. Okay. I put that list on my phone. You can do the same thing, and I encourage you to do so. Just as we have been doing that kind of like check-in in the beginning of the stream, like where are you on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being, ooh, I had a rough weekend, I'm feeling really down, either physically, mentally, whatever, socially, just to kind of get a gauge of where you're at. And then by the end of the stream, kind of seeing where that number goes, if it stays the same or raises. But you can do this on a daily basis. You could do it in the beginning of entering your workplace, place of work, at the end of the day. You can do it at the beginning of the week, end of week, whatever. But labeling it with a number so it's more concrete, you can see how it changes throughout the day. Okay, so I created a list of ways that I can raise my vibration. Look at that bunny. And just to name a few, because I can't access it, it's on my phone and I'm streaming with my phone. Being outside is like at the top of my list. Just being outside in nature just truly makes me happy. It lifts my spirits. I also, like, as many of you know, I have like a Snow White moment usually every single day. Now that I'm being more aware of it, just animals come to me. I posted on my story earlier because I was sitting outside waiting for the stream to, start, and a squirrel like came right up to me, and I'm like, I can't with squirrels because they freak me out, but like just animals, they just hang out near me. They just come towards me. And I love it. It's so fun. Except for the squirrels. Yeah. Back in New York, I did go to a park up in New York, and there was a little pond, and I was sitting down on a bench, and literally a duck, just a single duck, just swam right over and parked itself right in front of me and just stared at me for a good, 5 minutes. And I'm like, this is the cutest thing ever. Just like animals flock to me, like they want to listen to what I have to say. But that to me raises my vibration, my elevation. Just being outside, appreciating nature, and just having a moment is so powerful for me. So maybe that's something that'll help you. I don't know. But I definitely want to share my list with all of you. I'm going to type it up and either post it here or on my Instagram story. So if you're not following me on Instagram, you probably should. Learning with Law 55. And you'll see that there. I'm going to do that later today. Catching up with chat. We have Shelby Sunlit. Good morning. Love Coronado. Me too. WDW Streamfinder. Wandering around the West this morning. A very nice way to start the day. Thank you once again, Lauren. You're welcome. Lady Kirk. Yes, we got a bunny. Disney Daddy-O. Peaceful. Yes, that is what I'm going for. Serenity now. Animals know. They do know. So we're going to walk past this bunny and see. There's another one over there eating the flowers. Oh, we got somebody running, so they might disturb them. Let's just see. Oh, he really didn't move that much, but okay. Just walk past this bunny, see how he reacts. Hey, friend. You're just enjoying some grass? Oh my goodness gracious. So precious. I wish I could pet you. Shamrock turtle. Hey, hey. Look at this bunny. Great morning. Look at this with the flowers though. Let me zoom out a little bit. And we got my little friend here. Oh, I don't want to scare you. It's okay. We're just taking a moment, slowing down, appreciating this moment. But how does this not elevate your vibration? Like how? Except for this motor that's happening behind or in front of us. All right, let's keep it moving. Keeping it moving. Stephen Noon, Snow White syndrome, that's for sure. Hey, Alyssa, good morning. Just love all the foliage here. Come on now. Come on. They're doing some work, some gardening, it looks like. Oh. Oh. Need to grease up those brakes, I think. Oh. Okay. There's a lot going on around me. I really want to... Oh, we're going to take that bridge too. We love a bridge. So, symbolic. I just love a good bridge. So my theory on bridges is to set an intention before you walk over it, or just become mindful of okay, I'm crossing over this threshold. I'm leaving some stuff behind me, opening myself up to new opportunities. Or you could just be it's just a bridge. But I think of things a little bit deeper. So here we are. Crossing over, new beginnings. This is why you don't need a new year for a fresh start. You can literally just walk over a bridge and be yeah, I'm starting fresh now. It's taking you from one land to the next, going over the water, which is super purifying. I mean, there's so many things to think about. Got a little bumblebee. Oh my gosh. Come on with the screenshot action right here. Stunning. All right. Let's get back into the book. All right, this is very interesting. So like I said, at the end of each chapter, it gives you almost like a little overview of the things that you learned in that chapter, kind of like summarizing in a sentence or two, and then also gives you some exercises to try. And it doesn't mean a physical exercise, it means an exercise for your mind, your brain. So let me explain what this one is. So for a new social event where maybe there's people that you don't know, see if you can go through an entire night or day or morning or brunch, whatever, without saying anything that will put you in a favorable light. Okay? So stop trying to make yourself look good, basically, because that's what we all do, whether you know it or not. You're always going to try and put yourself in a favorable light. So don't use the words me, myself, or I. And the purpose is to develop self-awareness of your ego. It doesn't mean you can never talk about yourself ever again. It's just an awareness exercise to see, okay, how mindful can you be about saying, well, I blah, blah, blah. Or there was one time where I did this, or I would never do that. Right? It's creating that awareness. And then just a little recap of the last time. We're going to get more in depth here, but there are 3 adversaries that have a dramatic impact on our ability to be focused and confident. And we talked about this last time. The critic, the monkey mind, and the trickster. Yes, yes, yes. It's always good to have a little refresher. I'm right by that speaker. Another screenshot moment. My goodness. This is a good time to actually pause. We're going to pause and reflect. We're going to have a little moment of silence, solitude, prayer, whatever you want it to be. I'm going to zip it. I want you to just kind of take this all in, reflect on your weekend, think about the week ahead, and I'm going to just zip it. Beautiful. Lynette says, love my backyard critters, but not happy. The deer ate a lot of my flowers this year. Oh my goodness. Yes, that is not a pleasant thing. All right, so we're going to get into each of these different adversaries or enemies to your mind, right? That impact your ability to be focused and confident. The first one is the critic. This is the judgmental voice in your head. It delivers a negative verdict on something, someone, or some circumstance. Ooh, tongue twister. And then reacts emotionally to that judgment. Something I was watching this morning before I started the stream was how every quote unquote bad decision that you've ever made, if you think about them, bad decision that you've made it based on emotion, right? So you're making that judgment and your emotion is driving you to do that action. The whole point of becoming self-aware is to stop yourself in your tracks when you're feeling that emotion. I know we've talked about this on other streams. When you feel that emotion, to just pause, take a second, and either take a break from the conversation or think about and be intentional about your next thought, something that you're going to say or action, right? Because when you let your emotions get the best of you, you don't always make the most rational decisions. You might regret the decision later on. So recognizing, okay, I am feeling angry in this moment. Maybe this is not the best time to respond. And that's okay. Shamrock Turtle, so beautiful there. Thank you, Lauren. You're welcome. Really waiting to hear how to control the monkeys. I know, Lynette. I know. Me too. I'm not going to get fully into like the controlling of that. I'm going to like touch on it, but there's more that I need to read in this book, obviously, to get more information on that. But yes, we're going to touch on it. So the next one, thank you for that transition, Lynette, is the monkey mind. So that's the noisy presence in your head. I imagine monkeys just hopping around my brain. That happened to me last night. Oh my goodness, before going to bed. Of course that happens. But it clutters your mind with too many things, leading to over-analysis and anxiety. We can all relate to that, right? We've all had instances of the monkey mind just taking over, right? And having us overanalyze things. We get anxious. Even if you're not typically an anxious person, we all have moments of anxiety. Okay, and then, again, I'm just giving overviews of these. Then we have the trickster. So this is the deceptive voice that lies to you. It tricks you into believing your limitations and constantly accuses you of not being worthy of your dreams. Ooh, this one is pretty rough. So that's that doubt that you have in your mind, okay? And it's always going to, good morning, make you feel like you are inferior. Like, how dare you think that you are going to get that promotion? You're not qualified. You've only been at this job for less than 6 months. How dare you even think that? Or, oh, that guy is totally not into me. I just said the dumbest thing ever. There's no way. Or I know she's mad at me. She has to be mad at me because X, Y, and Z, right? It's that trickster in your mind that's making you believe you are not worthy of something. All right? Judgment and curiosity cannot coexist. So when you have that judgment, the next thing that you should do, like obviously identify it, being self-aware, and just being curious, because it's going to combat that judgment. Okay? When we really want something we cannot control, we fear we may not get it. So when we have something, we cherish it, and we fear that we're going to lose it. This happens all the time. We can't even enjoy the thing that we have, enjoy the moments that we have with it, because we're afraid it's going to leave, right? We're going to lose it. When we absolutely have to have something over which we are not in full control, okay, so that could be like a relationship, money, job, literally anything. But if we learn to let go of our attachment to results, we can stop judging every situation leading up to the results. Okay. Oh, we have a bird. How did I miss this guy? I wanted to go back this way, but I see a snowy egret, so we gotta hang out with him. It's either a snowy egret or a great egret. Looks like a great egret.
You look beautiful. No.
Oh, thank you. I don't think she meant to me, but you know, I'll take that compliment. When we're able to see failures more clearly, we learn and we grow. Okay. So, and I've said this many times, but that lack of awareness of our thoughts is our biggest obstacle, right? Whether it be the trickster, whether it be the monkey mind or the critic, if we're unaware of like what's happening in our mind and knowing that that's not really who we are, we think that that's part of us. So Lynette, when it comes to that monkey mind, in the moment, being able to identify and say, this is not me right now, these are the monkeys, they're trying to control me. Having that awareness is part of how to quiet them a little bit, right? Just being able to label that as something that is not you, it's your ego, is so important. Look at this with the sun. Let's capture this picture right here. So we've all created stories about ourselves in our minds, okay? And that's distorted by negativity. We do that without even realizing it. These stories can be things that we've made up. These stories can be things that, like, based on our past, on how other people have interacted with us, we've just kind of adapted this type of story of who we are. And we think that by following this narrative, whether it be positive or negative, that's just the way things are. But again, it comes back to that awareness of like, you create who you are. You create your identity. And gaining control of that, or even just, not even control, having that awareness first is going to help you to change that narrative if that's what you choose to do. Thank you, Lynette. All right, we're gonna keep walking. The bird is very interesting to me, but I want to keep you guys looking at fun things. He's just hanging out though. What is he doing? Looking for fish, but I feel like he was like looking my direction. What are you doing, buddy? Yeah, that's definitely a great egret. The snowy egrets are a little bit smaller and they have like a little fluff on their back. Look at him. All right, now he's becoming more interesting to me. So it doesn't matter what our actual talents are if we create a story about ourselves cluttered with unproductive thoughts. So you might be the best basket weaver in the world. I don't know where that came from, but it just came to my mind. You can be the best one in the world, but if you have a negative self-image or negative story about that, or if your parents told you, like, give up on basket weaving, you're never gonna make it, that's gonna be the story that you continue to keep in your head. And that's a false sense of identity. We all do this. Maybe not with basket weaving, but with other things. Obsessed with this bird right now. Sometimes we just need to pause and reflect, right? Take a minute to quiet your mind and just reflect. And if you're someone that is struggling with this and you would like a little bit of extra guidance, a little bit of extra help, or just want a little resource on how to pause and reflect, check out my email in the description below. Send me an email that just says pause or reflect, or pause and reflect, and I will send over a free PDF that you can use over and over again to help you become mindful about your thoughts. It's something that's great to do every Monday morning. You can even do it after the stream if you want. It has some questions that prompt you. So if that's something you're interested in, send me an email, Lauren, Lauren McTurk, MCTURK, @gmail.com, or again, you can check that out in the description below. Disney Daddy-O, this is something I needed. Just take a minute for myself. Yeah, even just 1 minute can really help to refocus you. If you're pouring from an empty cup, you're not going to get anywhere. I am truly obsessed with this bird because I feel like he just came closer because he wanted to be on camera. I know. The camera loves you. Again, not really sure of the exact topic for the coaching call, but it's going to be next Monday. It's 30 minutes starting at 6 p.m. Again, for the top 2 tiers of my Patreon and YouTube membership. So if you're interested in that or want to know more, you can send me an email or you can check out learningwithlaw.com or patreon.com/learningwithlaw. All right. I hope you're not bored, but we're gonna move, bird. I'm so sorry. I'll let you catch your fish in peace. We gotta keep moving. Let's see what other animals we'll find. All right. The trickster, going back to the trickster, he says things like, you're a fraud. You have to self-protect. You'll get rejected if you try. And that leads to being overwhelmed and feeling rejected, right? So there's 2 main components of this trickster: deception and accusation. Ooh, love that. And the main game of the trickster is its ability to diminish our identity, right? It's just making you feel like you are less than. Look at that sky. And this perception of who you are drives your behavior. So if you think you're a failure or you think that you're a terrible basket weaver, you're not going to pursue that because you feel like, hey, what's the point? Right? When really that's not true. Because we feel we aren't enough by ourselves, we're always seeking more success and more promotions so we can have more validation. But it never lasts. I can relate to that. I tell you, I am not a perfect human. I feel all the things. That's why I take these notes when I read. Look at this beautiful, quiet pool. So gorgeous. This poor man's having a moment and I'm just snooping on him. But this is really cute over here. And again, these pools are just open. There's no sign here, even at this resort, that says it opens at a certain time. You just come on in. Swim at your own risk. Shamrock Turtle says, nature's so cool. If that bird doesn't care what's happening later or tomorrow, he's focused on his task right now. That is so true. Focused on the now and getting that fish and also being on camera because he's like, I groomed my feathers. They look so good today. Make sure you get my good side. Can have a little quiet moment here. I just feel like if you're coming down to Disney, you got to find some time for yourself because your day is jam-packed with the parks and doing all the things and you're hustling and bustling. Get up early and just sit in a chair and watch the sunrise. Check out some birds. You know? Why not? Why not have a moment to yourself? Another thing to keep in mind, your thoughts, those are opinions. They are not facts. Don't believe everything you think. I love that, Lee. Growing mind, body, and feathers. That's right. That's right. Look at this, like just a little cutout here. We got our friend on the other side of the pond doing his thing, being in the present moment. I wish I had my sunglasses. That sun is bright. Look at these gorgeous flowers. Let's go this way. Let's go around this little trail here. To overcome the critic the monkey mind, the trickster. Something just came up in this water. Oh, there's a turtle. Wait, do you see him? Turtle! Oh my goodness. Honestly, I'm renaming this stream The Wildlife at Disney. I don't know what else to say, but I'm finding all of these creatures. Hello, Michael John Richards. Welcome to the stream. I don't know if you guys can see the turtle. It's a little bit hard with the reflection on the water, but he's just cruising right along. He's moving fast. Oh, you can see him. Okay. Good, good, good. Let me see if I can catch him on this angle. He's like, oh, he's gonna come up. Yes. Oh, his little head. Oh, so cute. All right, he's going that way. The sun is really bright on the water. What a cutie. All right, sorry, here we go. To overcome the critic, the monkey mind, the trickster, you need love, wisdom, and courage. Easier said than done, I know. But if you lean in, right, to love, to wisdom, to having courage, it's gonna help combat those. And we're gonna dive deeper as we continue reading the book and as we continue on the stream. Michael says, I'm in Florida on a mini vacation from last Saturday until August 24th. Whoa, mini vacation. That sounds like a great time. Enjoy, and I hope you make sure you stay cool, stay hydrated, because it is hot. Hot, hot, hot. So practice observing the critic, the monkey mind, and the trickster when they appear in your day. Be mindful of this, just as I have said before, right? Making that identification of like, okay, this is my trickster mind, or this is my critic, right? I'm not going to believe these thoughts. Having that awareness is really going to help you to diminish them over time. So think about, okay, when do they appear in my day? What type of circumstance creates this to happen in my brain? And whenever you find yourself frustrated, ask yourself, what are the circumstances of this situation? What are the parameters? What is happening? Who's there? Where am I? What are the emotions surrounding it? Right? What are my thoughts in my mind? And what I love, this was a great little action that Jim Murphy talks about, is, and I'm going to start this today, I love this so much, set an alarm on your phone for like a random time of the day. Random, doesn't matter when. And you're going to ask yourself when that alarm goes off, you can even put it in the alarm itself, where is your mind right now? I love that. It seems so simple, but it's like, oh, this is my reminder. I got to check in with myself. Where's my mind right now? What's going on in my head? Because we are on autopilot for most of our days. Like, we're doing things very reactionary without realizing it. So this gives us that reminder that we need to pause and think, where is my mind right now? Totally doing this today. So I challenge you to do the same. Random time. If you want, set up a reoccurring alarm. And you can do this like on Sundays. Maybe you want the alarm to be, I don't know, around 11 a.m. Maybe Monday, you want it to be around 3 p.m. Tuesday, and you can set that time and just have it in your phone forever. You have the ability to set the day and the time. Love that so much. Totally doing it. And I'm just going to put in the, like, because you can change the name of like the alarm. I'm just going to say, where is my mind right now? That's going to be my reminder to check in with myself, no matter what I am doing. It takes 2 seconds to think about that, right? But if we don't schedule it It's not gonna happen. Look at this cute little fountain. Ugh, this resort is absolutely gorgeous. If you haven't already hit that like button, what are you waiting for? Send out that positivity. Send out the good vibes. It'll come back to you tenfold. If you haven't already subscribed, what are you doing? I want you to join me every Monday morning around 6:35 in the morning. Make sure you're hitting the bell for all notifications so you'll be notified every time I go live, drop a short or a video. I believe this is called Birds of Paradise flower. It's gorgeous. And if you learned something on the stream, share it. Share it with a friend. Post it on your Instagram story. Why not? Who doesn't want to see all of these cute little critters, learn something else about how you're living each day, right? Or maybe something resonated with you and you want to share it with a friend or a family member. By all means, share it. And also consider becoming a Patreon. All that information is in the description below. Here's a nice little quiet sanctuary with a tree. Like, I would just put a blanket out, just sit under this tree and have a moment and read a book. What's better than that? Oh my God. Especially in the morning. Just absolutely gorgeous. Usually there's bunnies around here too. Lots of bunnies in Orlando. I have so many in my complex. We see them like all the time. Oh boy. Oh, Christina G loved Birds of Paradise. Reminds me of Portugal. Everybody's going to Portugal. I gotta head over there. It's a hot spot. Just a lovely tree. Trees give off negative ions, which are the same as the ocean, and it just makes you feel happy being around trees. It gives off a good energy. So that's why I have, being outside on my raising my vibrations list, because just being around trees and like just smelling the fresh air just makes me happier. Stephen Noon, as a parent, I feel like I'm in a constant state of the monkey mind, always a million things to think about and worry about, either for me or the kids, racing through my head. I get it, Stephen. As a teacher, I have the same thing going on. Obviously, I can kind of shut that off a little bit after work, but, I get that feeling. But it's so important to make that time for yourself, and putting that alarm on your phone to just be like, all right, I need a minute. I need to think about where my head is at and what can I do to just slow it down. And just having that awareness too. Now you know what to call it. That's the monkeys. The monkeys are going crazy, right? Just having that awareness is half the battle. Michael says, I'm staying at the Animal Kingdom Lodge on my mini vacation and enjoying nature. Amazing resort to be at, to just take in all the animals and all the good vibes and all the good food too. Christina G says, I went there every year for 6 weeks with my parents. Stopped going because I moved to Florida. Oh my goodness, for 6 weeks? You lucky, lucky person, you. That sounds amazing. I would love to go. Just the trees in here. Oh, all the vibes. I just love this area. It's so nice. But I gotta get away from that leaf blower. I can't do it. It's ruining my peace. I did post on my Instagram, when was it? Saturday? Friday? I don't know. I don't remember. But it was a post and it was about my one word for the year, and that word being peace. And that word has been popping up all throughout the year because it's been my focus, right? And what you focus on expands. It's just amazing how much I've seen it. I've spoken about it. It's just been a constant focal point for my year. So I want you guys to, something happened with the fountains. I want you guys to think about your one word for the year. If you were around, I believe I did it in December, the Grand Floridian live stream about your one word. Reflect on it. Let me know where you're at with that. After the stream in the comments, I would really love to hear. Just remind me of what is your one word and how are you doing with it? How has it changed your year, your way of thinking? Or are there some things that you need to maybe change, right? So I want you to check in and just put it in the comments below after the stream so we can create that dialogue. And everybody can check out like what our fellow fans are doing, you know? I want it to become like more of a conversation. So I will post mine as well, probably later today, so you can see how I'm doing with my one word. But I encourage you all to just hop on there and chat about it, because again, getting it out and talking about it and being intentional about it is really going to help you to expand and focus on it. Nemo with the glasses, good morning. Hey, Bobby Warren, welcome. You're back in school. Oh, I hope you have a wonderful school year. Starting out on a positive note. Love it, love it. Thanks for being here. We didn't walk over this bridge. I must do that. Gotta walk over the bridge. Let's set some intentions and think about the week. How do we want our week to look? I'm gonna think about it as I'm crossing the bridge. All right, I know my week is gonna be a little bit busy. I'm getting loaded with some new kids this week. So I wanna be productive. Well, not I want to be, I'm going to be productive. I'm going to be positive. I'm going to be open. I'm going to create that safe space for my students. So excited to connect with them, to build that rapport. But what are your hopes for this week? Where are your intentions? Think of this as like a live journal. If you want to post it in the chat. Where do you see your week going? Bobby says, I'm thinking about leaving Lee County very soon to move with my parents to Orlando. Well, it's beautiful here in Orlando. Bobby says, I got 4 more students joining me. Joining you on the move to Orlando? I love that fountain with the tower in the background. Look at that. We have the 3 Bridges restaurant over there. Sue Ann Cook says, starting my week with a trip to my neurologist for my 3-month checkup. Being positive, absolutely. Sending you all the positive vibes, right? If you go in with a positive mindset, you hope for the best, right? That's raising your vibration. It's going to change everything in your body. It helps you to be healthier. So I'm sending you all that positivity. You're going to be great. I don't know what happened here with these benches, but they don't look comfortable. Truly, every time I've tried to come to this restaurant, it's either been closed because I come too early, or they're doing the sangria class where you have to like pay, I think it's like $50 or something to get in. And every time, like, it's like a swing and a miss. I can't get in here, but it's so gorgeous and I love the views. So one day I will have a meal here. Let's take a look at, do they have the menu out? Let's see. But I mean, this resort is just gorgeous. And we have our friend off in the distance. I don't know if you can see. Look at him. Our little bird friend. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. He's doing his thing out there. Let's see. Yes, this is the Villa del Lago. So we have their sangria collection. You can get a flight, all the things. Spreadable, dippable, shareable. Oh, trio of dips. Sign me up. Oh, yeah. Wow. Looks amazing. Specialty cocktails for those that indulge. Do they have any mocktails? Come on. Featured wines. Okay, okay. So yeah, the hours, I'm really getting this for myself, 4:30 to 12 a.m. Wow. Yeah, so I usually arrive midday, hoping to get lunch. No, 4:30 is when it opens. Good to know for those that would like to eat there. I just love that it's outside and you get to see the fountain and the water. It's just gorgeous. So why not? Why not? Stephen Noonan says, flying my oldest out to college this afternoon. Oh my goodness. Hoping she has another successful year. She has 2 new leadership positions on campus. Beautiful. Love that. One on a national level. Couldn't be prouder. That's amazing. Love that, Stephen Noon. Wishing her all the best. That's a big deal. Wow, everybody's going to have a great week. I just feel it. I feel it in the chat. So amazing. So next week, we are going to go live. Not sure where. We're going to figure it out. But it's going to be a beautiful live stream with a beautiful sunrise. 6:35. So make sure you're subscribed. You got that bell turned on, because sometimes I go live randomly. You want to be notified about that. You can also follow me on Instagram, Learning with Law 55. It's my Instagram handle. I am on Facebook, but I don't really check it that much, so don't worry about that. But yes, if you haven't already hit that thumbs up, please do. Spread that positivity. It comes back to you tenfold. Share the stream. Share the love. Bobby says, I need to make an announcement in the classroom today. Aw. I will say, Mr. Warren is moving. Well, I'm sure they're going to miss you very much. Ooh, I love that these are rocking chairs here. All right, so let's just say our goodbyes. See the hair. There's a lot of humidity in the air today, folks. A lot. The hair check. It's real. Yes, safe travels, Stephen and fam. Have a great week, everyone. Thank you, Law. You're welcome. But yes, thank you all for being here. I really appreciate you. Just remember, everything you've done in your life has led you to this moment. You are in the right place. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Remember, everyone has a story. So do you. So just give them some grace today, okay? We're going to have a great week ahead. I feel the vibes. I love it, love it, love it. Captain Kirk, thank you, Lauren. And chat for everything. Oh, for another great Monday motivation. Hope everyone has an amazing week. You too. Make it a great week. Oh my God, what's happening here? Lynette, thanks, Lauren. Looking forward to hearing more about this book. Yes, next week we're gonna have tons more. And on the Patreon call, we're gonna have more as well. So thank you all for being here. Hit that like button, subscribe, and I will see you all next Monday. Let's turn this around so we're not looking at my frizz. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you all real soon. Bye-bye.